What makes him the best if you are not even the best? What makes him
What makes my coach the best?
Yeah.
Oh, his success as a coach.
You are not even the best.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. What makes your coach the best if you are
His
not the best?
success as a coach, other athletes, myself, our accomplishments, his accomplishments as a whole.
So
that's what I would say.
So that makes my coach the best in the world, because I won the world title in the featherweight division. I defended successfully.
Yeah, you're
then
good.
I move up in the lightweight
There's
division.
no doubt about
I won
it.
the title. So my coach is the best in the world.
Justin Gaethje just did something nobody expected. The man who ended Ilia Topuria's unbeaten run, who handed the Georgian Spaniard the first loss of his mixed martial arts career, just stood in front of a camera and said something that left fans stunned. No trash talk. No shots fired. Something that almost sounded like respect for the guy he just put through hell. Let's rewind for a second, because context matters here. Justin Gaethje, former BMF champion, two-time interim lightweight title holder, and one of the most violent strikers this sport has ever produced, walked into UFC Freedom 250 on June 14th as the underdog against a man who looked unbeatable. Ilia Topuria had already conquered featherweight. He'd already taken the lightweight throne. Every time he stepped in the cage, it felt like a formality, just another name added to the highlight reel before the inevitable finish. But Gaethje had other plans. Across 4 rounds of pure violence, Gaethje did what nobody in Topuria's career had managed to do. He broke him. Facial damage piled up. The championship aura cracked. And in the 4th round, Gaethje finished it, stopping El Matador via TKO and taking the lightweight strap for himself. It wasn't just a win. It was the first loss of Topuria's entire professional career, and it came in the most brutal way possible. Now here's where things get interesting, because in the aftermath of a fight like that, you'd expect bitterness. You'd expect the winner to twist the knife, especially considering the history between these two. Topuria shoved Gaethje at the press conference before the fight, even after Dana White himself had warned both men to keep their hands to themselves. There was real heat here, real animosity. This wasn't some manufactured rivalry for pay-per-view buys. These two do not like each other. So when Gaethje sat down for episode 17 of the What Hones You show, the podcast run by his longtime coach Trevor Wittman, fans were expecting anything but kindness toward Topuria. Instead, Gaethje looked almost reflective. He acknowledged just how dangerous Topuria still is, saying he believes the Georgian Spaniard has the tools to beat literally anyone in that lightweight division. He said he's rooting for him, that he's excited to watch what comes next in Topuria's career. Let that sink in for a second. The man who just ended his rival's undefeated streak, who caused the kind of facial damage that makes fans wince rewatching it, is out here wishing him well. And he wasn't the only one in the room saying it. Trevor Wittman, the coach who has helped mold Gaethje into the killer he is today, echoed the same respect. Even Kamaru Usman, the former welterweight king and current middleweight threat who trains alongside Gaethje, chimed in with similar praise for Topuria's skill set. But don't mistake respect for an open door to a rematch, because that's exactly where this story takes a turn. While Gaethje was busy praising Topuria's ability, Wittman made it clear that a rematch is not happening anytime soon, and definitely not because Gaethje owes him one. Wittman didn't hold back on this part. He explained that every fighter's biggest opponent isn't the man across the cage, it's the one staring back in the mirror, and he believes Topuria fell into that trap heading into the Gaethje fight. According to Wittman, the bigger issue isn't even how Topuria lost. It's the toll the fight took on him, the kind of damage that lingers long after the scorecards are read. Wittman's advice for Topuria was blunt. Go rebuild. Get back in the win column. Take time to recover, not just physically, but mentally, because a loss like that doesn't just disappear once the swelling goes down. In Wittman's eyes, Topuria hasn't earned his way back into title contention yet, and skipping that process would be a mistake for a fighter who still has so much left to prove. That leaves Topuria in a strange spot. He goes from being the most feared finisher in 2 different weight classes to a man who now has to claw his way back up the ladder, just like everyone else. No shortcuts, no immediate rematch clause, just the long road that so many former champions have had to walk after their first real gut check inside the octagon. Meanwhile, Gaethje isn't exactly sitting around waiting either. Now holding the lightweight title, he's got a line of hungry contenders forming outside his door. Charles Oliveira, a former champion himself with finishing ability at every turn, has been openly campaigning for a shot. Arman Tsarukyan, one of the most well-rounded threats in the entire division, has made no secret of his desire to get that title opportunity as well. Both men have been putting in the work and making their case loudly, and with Topuria seemingly out of the immediate picture, one of them could be next in line. So, where does that leave the biggest rivalry in the lightweight division? On pause, but far from over. Gaethje made it clear he's not holding a grudge, and honestly, that might be the scariest part for future opponents. This is a guy who can go to war with someone, break their aura in front of the entire world, and still walk away with nothing but respect. That kind of mentality is part of why he's sitting on top of that division right now. As for Topuria, the road back starts now. According to his own coaching camp's biggest rival, the path forward means rebuilding, staying patient, and proving he can bounce back from adversity for the very first time in his career. Everyone in this sport eventually faces that moment. The only question now is how El Matador responds to his. One thing is for sure, this story is far from finished. Whether it's Oliveira, Tsarukyan, or eventually a rebuilt Topuria standing across from Gaethje again, the lightweight division just became the most must-watch weight class in the entire UFC. Make sure you're subscribed, because when that next fight gets announced, you'll want to be here for it first.